Hey guys, I'm Violater from the GSUF Pitch Clan. I'm one of the newer members. Today I'm going to bring you a gameplay of, I think it's a double VSAT, double Warthog, and one Swarm. I died there once, and that's pretty much like one of the only deaths I get in this game. Or for this round, I think. I'm not too sure, but I probably have some more stupid deaths, and I'll talk about that a little bit later when we get into it. But as far as I go, I run VSAT Warthog Swarm because the VSAT, it lets you know where all your enemies are as soon as you get it, and you get crazy assists off them, so it helps you get to your Warthog. And once you get your Warthog, you pretty much almost guaranteed a Swarm with just like 1 or 2 kills, or you just go and run and hide in the quarter, and you'll just get your Swarm. But for me, as far as tactics and running to get these, I play very strategically. I run the same class as Sergeant Sturat runs to get his Swarms, as you saw in his latest video on the GSUF Pits channel. That is, I believe it is Silencer, Fast Megs, and Stock, along with Hardline and Ghost, Scavenger, and Tac Mask. So you avoid people that are going to be noobs and just spam concussions and all the other crap you just don't like to get spammed with. As far as tactics on demolition to getting a Swarm, it's more finding an area and working. It's not necessarily camping, because you are always moving around. The more you move around, it's just, it's better because you get that generalization of where people are going to be coming from, and, how to just, you just get your shots off. I mean, these are tips that were told to me by Sturat, because I'm fairly new to the clan, and I just became Master Prestige, and I was like, okay, well, you know what, I'm Master Prestige now. I haven't really gone for Swarm support, and I want to get a Swarm. So I found Sturat in the lobby, and he helped me out, and I got my first Swarm. And so I was like, oh wow, okay, that's actually not that hard, but of course I camped my ass off for it. Now, after meeting Sturat, I figured out, he told me some tips. People are a creature of habit, and once you get killed, they're going to keep running back to where they got killed to try and get the guy that keeps killing them. As you'll see in this game, this little corner of the ramp, people just kept coming to me. Like, they came and came and came and came, and they just did not stop coming. For about, I don't know, just about 15 kills there, and then I had a rude gay death by some guy, planting a riot shield and then camping behind it with an LMG. I mean, I just can't stand that. I mean, if you have to do that to kill me, that's pretty sad. But, whatever. He got the kill on me, and then after that, I kind of got sloppy because by then I did have my Swarm and I had my... Actually, I just had my Swarm and I waited until the next round to call that in. But yeah, as like I said, I'm fairly new to the clan, and, it's pretty good so far. Sturat's, he's a great player to play with. He's insane when he goes for his gameplays. I mean, I've played with him quite a bit. I normally play with him when he goes online, me and him and a few other people go into a lobby, or sometimes, me and him just go in, and, we just tear it up. And as you mentioned in this last video, that combat training one where he got the 100+, I was there with him. That was, I think it was 5 dogs and 4 Swarms he got in that video, or in that gameplay. It was insane. It was just crazy. Like, I'd recommend you guys wanting to put that up there, because, I mean, that is a good ego booster like he was talking about. But yeah, as far as, Lukey's a great player. There's some great players in here, and, it's a great clan to be in, and for the custom game streams, those are coming along. I spent some time with Sturat, as you mentioned, a couple of days ago, figuring out those. But yeah, also, so, for demolition, I don't know, for a lot of people that want to get Swarms, I think demolition is ideally a better game to play it in, because you have 2, I think, almost 5-minute rounds, and if one bomb goes off, then you have more time. And personally, I like going into overtime, so I like letting one team win each time, because then you get even more time, because I just contested either way. And it's about to see I'm about to get my Swarm. So really what I'm doing, I'm just working this area, but it's better to have both, like, it's better to have both one team win and one team lose, because then you get that more time to get more kills, the most kills as possible, and you have a better chance of getting your higher kill streaks. Domination, yes, you do have 2 rounds, but they're like 2 4-minute rounds, and generally it's a lot faster paced because people are going through 3 different objectives and they're harder a little bit harder because you have those people going for B, and then, sometimes if they decide to just go through the middle, then you're going to get screwed. That's just happened to me personally. I mean, I don't know, maybe you guys like getting swarms and domination, or, even team deathmatch, the arm race is the new gameplay, if it's possible for you. For me personally, I just I get so close, and then some guy, like you see on this video, sits there with an LMG waiting for me to come around the corner. No skill needed, just waits for me, and boom, I'm dead. Or I'll have a sniper who's just gets pissed off because I've killed them, and he'll just sit there waiting for me. That's some of the ways, those are some of those unavoidable deaths that you just can't deal with unless you have an orbital V setup, which is why I run that personally in this video. As you see my death rate here, it just sits there with the riot shield. And if you could see the death, it was really stupid. So otherwise, I think at this point I'm 20-2. So I mean, then I just had a few other really stupid deaths that I shouldn't have had. But I mean, otherwise, yeah, it's fairly simple to play strategically, and it's really just checking your corners. Never sprint your corners. I see a lot of people that always get angry at why they can't get their streaks, and almost 80% of the time they die when they're going for streaks. It's because they are sprinting their corners. Now, if you don't actually realize what he means by what I mean by sprinting your corners, it's like if you're running around a corner and you watch your kill cam, always watch your kill cams and always watch your gameplays and where you die. When you do die, watch it, and then you'll see where you're making your mistakes, so you don't have to die again, and you can correct yourself and correct your gameplay and correct your playing style, so you can get those high killing moves. For me, what it is, it's a lot of time when those are unavoidable death, but whatever. For me, I'll run, but when I see a corner, if I know no one's there, then I'll just keep running. Yeah, but so when you're sprinting a corner, or say that corner, or whatever corner, you're sprinting and then a guy shoots you and then you try shooting him, sometimes it's like a 40-60 chance that you will get him. Because normally, if he's not sprinting and you are, he's going to have the first shot off and you're going to die. Never want to sprint your corners to get if you're going for a big and beast gameplay. Never want to sprint your corners. That's just one of the worst things you can do. Another thing, one thing you'd never want to do is you also don't want to just camp in one place all the time. That's why I said pick one area and work it. Because if you're camping, okay, well then that guy's going to know you're there every single time, and eventually there's going to be 3 or 4 guys that come at you. I mean, you're not, unless you're some crazy beast player, I don't really think that you're going to be able to take 3 or 4 guys on with one time with, an AN-94. And I'll get to that gun later in the game, a little bit later in this, about why I use this gun to go for swarms. But anyways, so another thing that you want to do is walk your corners and always pre-aim or slowly peek around. I wouldn't say pre-fire, because you never really know, then you'll just be wasting your ammo, especially if you don't want scavenger, because you could tweak the class all you want. But personally, I run scavenger, so I should never have to run out of ammo, never have to worry about running out of ammo. But I wouldn't pre-aim, because, you could just waste your ammo, then you can already let the guy know of where you are. So I'd pre-aim corners, just never pre-fire. Pre-aim, so you're just already walking around corners, you already make sure you're ready to shoot the guy that's got to walk around the corner, or, if he's camping, then you could just quickly get on the guy and just take him out. Because he won't be expecting you to be pre-aiming, but maybe that guy's camping, so, you'll have a better chance of getting them. So, as far as the gun setup I'm using in this game, I am using the AN-94, and that's just because it is a beast gun. Definitely a hard gun to use if you are not used to it. I definitely recommend getting it, because the class setup I used with it was something Sturat recommended to me, and pretty much if you can't get a swarm with this, I mean, I don't even know, man. It is such a good class to use, it's such a good gun to use, period, because it's a killing power. You put silencer and ghost on that, and you just have a killing machine. This thing will just bring you kill after kill after kill. I mean, it's just, I couldn't believe it. I never really gone for swarms before, and now using this class, personally, I've gotten 8 or 10. Just because this gun is such a beast. I've used the gun personally a lot before, but just, using a certain class setup with it, it changes a lot on how good the gun is. You can run a certain amount of attachments, but if you're running a swarm, and if you want to go for your swarm gameplay, as you see, I got my double Warthog there. And, if you want to get that, you want to get those beast gameplays, I definitely recommend you using the gun to get it. Or a gun that is equal killing power, or you have a lot of skill with. me and Stu Rat, that is the AN-94 for getting swarms. That's just because the gun's such a beast. It is so beastly. This class is so beastly that you already have. You just gotta have your guns down pat on which ones you're good with and which ones you aren't. And really, if you aren't good with those guns and you aren't, I wouldn't recommend putting those in your class setup, because if you aren't good with them, then that's not going to help you gameplay much at all, and it's just not going to help you. I mean, if you're going to die with it, and you don't get very many kills with it, when you go with it, then I wouldn't recommend you using it. However, if you find a gun that you are fairly comfortable with, try it out, try different class setups with it, just mess around with it, find out what's good, what's not, what runs well, what doesn't run well, and then, eventually, you'll get the hang of it. Like with the AN-94, at first, it is a difficult gun to use because of it's got a different kind of kick, a different kind of recoil, because the first two bullets shoot at like 900 RPM, and the rest following shoot at, whatever. That's the end of the gameplay, guys. I think I went 59-9. Yeah, I should have broke 60. But, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.